Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Orange Gun and I'm finally getting caught up on RWBY. This is episode 9 of volume 7, As Above, So Below. So I haven't been recording RWBY. I haven't watched any of the episodes since episode 8, and this is episode 9, and this is the 20-something or other, 27th of January that I'm recording this. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of catch-up. So the next couple of days, presumably, you're going to be seeing some RWBY stuff come out, and then, or whenever the copyright kind of gets dismissed, or whenever YouTube sorts this stuff out. So rather than having one long recording session, it's just going to be each episode, but they're going to be coming out pretty much at the same time, hopefully, anyway. Yeah. So I'm recording this on my phone because I don't want to deal with my iTouch's crackly thing, because the way I do this is that all the sound comes from my camera, and I don't have anything. Unlike my fairy tale, I have everything. Or I don't have everything. Or fairy tale, I have the video sound, like when I'm watching sound, but then I also have me talking sound. But with RWBY, it's all just on the camera, so recording it. And if you've been following along, my iTouch has that stupid popping sound that happens pretty much every single second if there's like a constant sound happening. And with RWBY, since everything is being cut on the camera, I don't want to do that. And plus, RWBY is barely 20 minutes long at most now, unlike 24 minutes. And I'm still annoyed at that. Funny story, my dad actually has been watching RWBY as well, and he's even gotten to the point he's like, come on, they're too short. I'm just getting into the episode and then it stops. And on one hand, I'm thinking about volume 1 where you waited a whole week for 7 minutes. But then also, if you watch, I think in my previous reaction to RWBY, episode 8 or 7 and 8, I talk about how the RWBY, or the length of the episodes, are just kind of holding RWBY back. And just because they don't have enough time, or they don't allow themselves enough time to basically develop anything before they're getting back to plot stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. And like I said, I think the time is the one thing holding RWBY back from developing itself. Because if you don't give it enough time, then we basically just have to rely on fan fiction pretty much. And yeah. Anyway, so last time, if I can remember correctly, not Winter, Weiss and Willow had a little interesting conversation between the two of them. Jacques invited everybody to his, once again, I almost said coronation, his election party, you could say, for the council seat. And yeah, they're trying to corner James Ironwood into revealing what he's using all of that dust that he's confiscating pretty much for. And because Jacques is allied sort of with Watts, then that would get to them, and then obviously they'd put the kibosh on the Amity Arena project, or the CCT tower on Amity. So kind of in a rock and a hard place. So hopefully Weiss can find something that Willow discovered anyway and incriminate him, or her father, which sounds weird, but also no. All right, let's get on to the episode. This is episode 9. Oh yeah, and the heating turned off in Mantle.
What's going on? Is the heat off in Atlas too?
They wouldn't just turn the heat off.
Yeah, Watson did that. I forgot about that.
General, since the day you were appointed headmaster, there have been Atlesians who are skeptical of one man holding 2 council seats.
Yes, which is exactly why we have checks and balances.
We're supposed to, but lately you've been running roughshod all over them, making unilateral decisions without us.
And Jacques just
I never intend
looking at
What
him.
people intend and what they do aren't always the same, General.
What? For how long? My authorization? Check it again.
Councilman Snee.
Yes, I agree with everything. Everything that was just said. No further questions.
I'm not quite done yet. You're afraid of something, General.
Of course.
Aren't you?
I think that's pretty obvious, Miss Hill. I'm trying to prevent Atlas from becoming another beacon, another haven.
Yet you don't trust your own council to help you? Operating in secret? These are the actions of somebody who's hiding something.
I'm not hiding anything.
That was the wrong words to say.
You're all aware of my semblance. Let's settle it here and now, General Ironwood. Here and now.
Wait! You've got the wrong man on trial. I know who's been framing Ironwood, who rigged the election. And my father does too. He's been working with him.
Is that Arthur Watts?
That's impossible! Dr. Watts died in the Paladin incident years ago.
Paladin incident?
What is this?
Play it.
That bastard is costing me more money every day with this embargo. I'd lay off every employee in Mantle if I wasn't trying to get their damn votes for this council seat. What if I said you could have your cake? And
It is his comeuppance.
what did you have in mind? James Ironwood never recognized my genius. After everything I gave him, he still disgraced me. I simply wish to return the favor. What's in it for me? A seat on the council. All I need is your login credentials.
Winter's just like,
To
yes.
make Ironwood's life a waking nightmare. And I will guarantee you victory at the polls by giving the voters down in Mantle a little digital push, if you will. I always knew you were a good scientist, Arthur. But I never knew you were such a good salesman.
Enough.
That is... I can explain that. That isn't real.
Jacques, take your seat.
Weiss.
Jacques Schnee, you're under arrest. Can I do that? Atlas killed the heat on purpose!
They'll do anything to control us.
The situation here is getting out of control. Please advise.
I knew you'd stoop low to get what you wanted, Jacques. But this
is all a great leap, James.
I never really felt
quite
Jacques
simple,
was.
now that I know
There's
Arthur
a
Watts
Nicholas
is
arc.
alive, working with a
not arc.
madman like Tyrion Kallos,
Schnee.
it would be easy for someone like him to coordinate an unthinkably heinous act like the one in that warehouse. Watts designed Mantle's entire security network. He used that access to hack the surveillance system and frame someone else for the job. All while stealing an election. And once you became a councilman, your newly granted clearance gave him a backdoor into Atlas's secure network. But you probably hadn't even considered that, had you?
The people that died that night, their blood is on your hands.
Jacques Schnee must be tried, not only for treason, but as an accessory to murder.
These are outrageous accusations. I only intended to win the election. I had nothing to do.
Only?
What else will he be able to do with the access Jacques given him?
With enough time, whatever he wants.
And
Wait, what? What do you mean the heat has gone off?
You have to believe me. I didn't know he was planning this.
You are going to shut your mouth.
and get the heating grid up and running again.
I've been informed that we can't get into the system. It's been blocked off.
Without heat down
Oh,
there,
great.
people are going to die.
General Ironwood? How bad is it?
He's using Jacques' credentials. We can follow that activity on the network if he's found his way into the Amity system. No. The secret is safe. For now. But if he learns about Amity, she learns about Amity.
Can you block his access?
It's too late. He's already starting to lock us out.
Can we trace him somehow? Find out where he's hiding?
He's going to be mobile. We need his access point. We need to get him out in the open.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Yep. Still here, everyone. How do a disgraced scientist and disappeared serial killer find each other, General? Why would they target you? And why are you working so hard to hide the Amity communications tower from them?
You know?
Citizens, please disperse.
Uh-oh.
For your own safety, please disperse. For your own
Uh-oh.
safety.
I thought they were gonna turn. And there's the Grimm. Oh boy. That's a...
Let's Manta Team Delta, beginning first run.
Well, there's those Goliath Grimm. Oh, that's different.
I used to think you were hiding something to protect yourself, but I can tell there's something much bigger going on here. Now I think it's to protect something else. Us. Atlas, maybe even all of Remnant. And you're afraid of what might happen if you tell the truth.
General, the Grimm are all over Mantle. The air fleet's doing everything they can, but they can't easily target Grimm in the city without risking casualties.
This is what I was afraid would happen.
Sir, we need ground support now.
What we need is to start evacuating Mantle. If it's completely overrun, it's not going to be safe anywhere. Use the fleet
If I move the fleet, then Atlas is vulnerable.
But if he doesn't, the Mantle's done for.
I tried to keep the kingdom safe, and now we're losing everything.
General, earlier you asked for my advice.
I wanted Ozpin's advice.
And his advice probably would have been to keep your secrets. When we first got here, you already knew that wasn't the right course. You had a new plan.
It's time to give up on that plan. It's all falling apart.
The panic you were worried about, it's already happening. The secrets you're keeping, they're about to be in the open anyway. It's time.
Let him out on your terms.
Tell the truth.
You're not alone. We can do this together.
Thank you. Oscar, I think it's time you get back to the academy.
I think you're right.
Miss Hill, Councilman Sleet, Councilwoman Camilla, there are some things you need to know about.
Oof.
Let's figure out how we can help Mantle. Together.
I've called a transport.
What about Watson Tyrion?
You leave them to me. Right now, you're needed down below.
All right, everybody. It's time to do our jobs. All of us.
What she said. Let's make it happen, Huntsman.
Okay.
Oscar?
You first.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
didn't, actually.
I just
I
wanted
had the
to
thought
say...
that maybe
Really doing
we should
this?
tell Ironwood.
Oh, well, I guess we're on the same page, huh?
Guess so. He's finally choosing the truth over fear.
Come on, let's go.
I'll tell him. I'm the one who chose to keep it from him in the first place.
Ruby! Transport's leaving!
I think you're needed elsewhere.
You're sure?
Yeah, I've got it.
Good luck down there.
Kids.
He's not wrong.
All right, everyone. I need to stress to our new huntsmen and huntresses, we are prioritizing citizen safety over killing Grimm. Got it?
I will say Blake's new hairstyle frames her eyes better.
Ironwood wouldn't lie about something like this.
You really think he can stop her?
Oh, he told her. Told them about her.
Can't be killed. Jin told you this.
She showed us when we asked what Oz was hiding.
Why? Why would Oz keep this from us? From the people who trusted him?
He was worried you would lose hope. We're sorry we kept it from you too. We didn't know who to trust. I figured you should know before you make any sacrifices. Sir? What are you gonna do?
All we can do for the moment is what we can to save Mantle. That's
Yeah,
what's
just
in
keep
front of
doing
us.
what you've been doing.
He'd be proud of you. You're bringing the hope that Atlas was meant to inspire. The city in the sky is held to a higher standard.
You
City
said
upon
that
a hill.
like you were there. Our transports are here. We should move. Oscar. No more surprises, all right? I'm not sure I could take it.
You and me both.
Oh. Alright, that's a new one. I like. It was like a pterodactyl. There's his motion sickness. Yep.
Can't shake it!
Oh, and there's another one.
I don't think we're staying airborne. It's time to go. You have your team assignments. Let's go.
It's amazing how it... Luck.
Don't stay too
It's amazing how many times they are falling out of the sky. They need to do their emergency landing, or what is it?
Try to keep up, kid.
Show off.
Almost expected his cape to get stuck.
How dare you?
And now...
Highly unnecessary. I will not stand for this. Don't touch me like that. I'll be reporting this rough treatment. What's your name and badge number?
It's that same girl again, isn't it? Okay. Alright, what's she doing? She like the secret spy or something?
Oh. You're back early.
Okay, it's Neo.
Tell me you found what we've been looking for.
They get better with that animation. Well, great. Stuffing. Well, great. The problems just keep compounding. A sudden Neo and Cinder appear. Great. So there was a couple things I was going to talk about, but I've completely forgotten what they were. It's just interesting that these told the council about Salem at that point. And good person Weiss, no hesitation in getting her own father arrested. I guess the resentment. Okay, I finally remember what it was with Weiss's father. I've been skipping through it, and like even from the beginning, from the first real appearance of Jacques, and I'm talking about like in season 4, volume 4, he just never struck me as intimidating as they sort of made him out to be at the beginning, like from day one pretty much. And it just kind of felt a little lackluster, and now we get to see that he's just a very small man, if you could think of that, if that makes sense. He's just a very small person. You can see when he's under pressure from forces he has no control over. It's amazing that he's been... I just can't reconcile the two Jacques, the ones that we've been told about and then the ones that we see together, because it just seems like they're two completely separate different people. And I guess that makes sense. I mean, it even does make sense, like, people that... There's this old gif of, like, two dogs barking at each other from either side of a glass screen, but once that screen is removed, they're just, like, immediately fall silent. It kind of reminds me of that. It's just the two personalities of Jacques Schnee just cannot be under pressure, direct pressure. He could deal with it when he's not directly involved, like if it's through a spokesperson or a company, but just on his own, he's not good with pressure. All right, so that was episode 9. This recording is going to end here, but I'm immediately going to be recording episode 10 after this. So, leave a comment and subscribe, and I will see you all later. I did it with the other hand as well. Oh well, both.